Hello everyone, this is Dan Gramza and welcome to Gramza Market Studies for Tuesday, March 31st. Let's begin with that Nasdaq market, and we can see here, let me just blow this guy up a little bit. There we go. We saw the market kind of edging its way a little bit higher today, relatively small range. I wouldn't be surprised to see more of that kind of action this week. People are really, I think, kind of focusing on that Friday unemployment number, and that's part of the reaction we're seeing here. Although consumer confidence came out a little positive, you can see the kind of the result of that. And also you're hearing it. I know those of you who have been following these videos for a while now, or if you want to just go back and click on any of the previous videos, and you can go back for over a year. We've talked about the fact that the end of March is going to be critical for us in terms of, signs that the market should be strengthening by then. And so for the past year, I've been talking about that. And we're starting to see, I think, some of the evidence just in terms of how people are talking about the market. They have that bullish overtone that maybe it's real, maybe buyers are coming in. It's struggling here right now. We need to close above 1980 by the end of the week. That would be the right thing here for the Nasdaq market. But for today's action, we're really looking for kind of an unchanged type day. We do have some excuses. It could cause the market to move, but wouldn't be surprised to see more of what we saw yesterday. Now, let's move on to those currencies. The Aussie Dollar, I think, again, is an interesting one to focus on. We did not look for a big range in yesterday's action. Well, it didn't give us a big range. But what we did is we got high enough to find some selling. And this is what's going on in Asia right now. We are seeing some weakness coming into this market. Wouldn't be surprised to start seeing these currencies to start rotating back and forth. In other words, not getting super weak and not getting super strong, but really rotating back and forth in this 3-4 cent range. I think it's potentially setting up for that kind of action. But we'll see. So right now today we've gotten high enough to find some sellers, and we're going to be looking forward to seeing the possibility of some follow through. But I don't think it's going to be dramatic. In other words, a move to the downside. In the interest rate markets, these guys, the notes and the bonds are winding that spring up. And the potential energy, if we can go below 115, whoa daddy, in the bonds could be dramatic. If it does back down, right now they're buying the break. But as these fundamentals come out this week, if this would break lower, we would expect a dramatic move to the downside. So just fascinating. Buyers are here, but they don't have a reason to give us follow through. I think in the metals, we looked for a rest day. We said that yesterday's action should not be a big day. Well, you can see in silver it wasn't, and in copper it wasn't. The issue here with copper, though, is the way we're making new highs. We have a false sense of security here. This is potentially bearish for us, so we need to be careful up here. We want to see some follow through. In other words, an unchanged day today would be fine to kind of build a base for Friday's action as we go into the end of the week. But we don't want to see this coming off too much. That would be a sign that not only is this going to get weaker, but it implies longer term bearishness for this market. And let's take a look at the energy market. Well, natural gas, let's just talk about this guy. We are seeing evidence of a little bit of buying coming into that market, but I wouldn't hold our breath on it. It'd be nice to see a little bit of a rally here. Again, these prices are at levels that should be attractive to buyers, but there is no follow through. That's what we haven't seen in the past. What I mean by that, how many green candles do you see? More than one after another in this chart? Not many, in fact, none. So this kind of action that we're seeing here, the issue is, can they follow through? Grains, as we talked about, I thought wheat was the most bullish, and it had a pretty good range yesterday. The false sense of security is the pattern that we're looking at there, and we did get a nice little pop up. We are looking for unchanged to higher. this benchmark candle is still going to remain dominant depending on what we do today. Well, this concludes today's market studies. I hope you found a few ideas helpful, and I'm looking forward to being with you again tomorrow. And in the meantime, take care.